What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. It is the first of July, which is kind of crazy to think about that half the year is instantly gone. It's been moving quickly, but today I thought let's talk about steady versus exponential growth. I think so many people get confused and start thinking about how can I exponentially grow um, versus taking the long approach and just over time. Um, Over time and steadily increase the following, the engagement, the just overall plan and business, right? That they're going through. Sorry, having some technical difficulties, but that's what happens on the Nico live show. We sometimes have technical difficulties, but that does not stop us. So we're talking about how to actually improve the steady engagement that you have. Because here's the thing, so many brands I've seen and so many that I've worked for want to go from 0 to 100 almost overnight. And that doesn't really happen. I mean, any of these overnight successes has probably been going through a period of 10, 15, 20 cycles. So cycle could be they've been on 3 platforms before to master their craft, then 3 more to get them better. Before I was on LinkedIn, I was on Instagram a lot more, and then Vera before that, and then Twitter, and I tried all these different platforms to get to the point where I am today. And each one of them taught me different lessons, and I accumulated a couple of followers here and there, and those slowly but surely started translating into where we are today here on LinkedIn. Now, the same goes for TikTok, for instance, right? I had a edge up because of the followers that I had here. Some people from LinkedIn, Instagram that I have following actually went to that platform and enabled me to grow a little bit quicker, but still it was steady. Nothing was exponential. There was no one post. There was no one tactic or silver bullet that got me from 0 followers to where I am today on LinkedIn, which is about 7,100. That doesn't happen. It is continuous effort growth. It's just like, I love that I got a nutrition degree because it's so true. You can't lose 20 pounds overnight in a healthy way. You can do it unhealthily. That's fine. Cut your leg off and you will lose 20 pounds instantly. I guarantee you. But is that going to be advantageous for long-term success? Probably not, because you just lost a leg, right? That's not going to help you nearly as much as if you took a longer-term approach, let's say 6 months, a year, to lose that weight, to get that following, to get to the point where you want. So now that I've kind of illustrated the fact that it doesn't happen overnight, and I know that I'm going to see a comment with referencing some person that did, and the truth is there are those type of people, but they do not happen nearly as much as we would like to suspect. Like, give me any example of someone who did it. You can probably give me a handful, like 5, 10, 20 people, and I'll give you thousands and thousands and thousands of people who it took years and years to build an accumulated following, got the engagement that they have today. Like, we all started with 0 followers. Regardless of if it's on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And again, that's the simple truth. That's where we are. So how do you focus on steady growth is look at the goals that you have and the reasons for setting those specific goals. Now, I know a lot of people are like, listen, we want 200 followers within a week. This was a literal conversation I had with a client when I first got started. They wanted to get from 0 to 500 followers on I think it was Instagram with this client, and they didn't want to run ads. They wanted to do it all organically, which is fine. You can totally do that. But what I told them is you're looking at getting 500 people who are obsessed with you, your brand, and your message. It's going to take you a while. You're looking at about 6 months of a lot of work, a lot of effort getting put into this brand if you want 500 followers. We went back and forth, and I just decided, listen, there are hacks. There are likes for likes or follow for followers, but that is not advantageous for long-term growth. They might be exponential, but is it really going to help you? Again, it goes back to the gym example I just said. If you want to lose 20 pounds, cut off your leg today and you will lose 20 pounds. But you're sacrificing the long-term success for very short-term rewards. So again, you have to focus on what is the actual goal that you have and how does it actually translate into real business results for you. 500 followers, you can buy 500 followers for $5, $10. Easy. There's tons and tons of services that can do that. But are those 500 followers going to buy from you? Are they going to buy your product, your service, are they going to donate to your nonprofit? Are they actually going to engage with you and help you achieve some business success? I don't think so. And maybe there is a service. I have yet to find one. Guys, we have a very special guest today with this cat. It's one of those days. It's the first. It's the first. She said, we're gonna bring in a special guest. So it's our little friend today. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. One thing that I would really, really encourage you, besides the goal setting, is understand what resources do you have, because you might have a lot more input and a lot more benefit without having to do too much work on the site. So let's say you have a email list of 5,000 people. We all know email is down, but maybe there are 5% or 10% of those people who do not follow you on Facebook, for instance, right? You could send out an email to them and say, hey, listen, we are having a contest. We are revamping our Facebook. We are doing something new. You could do that and gain quite a bit of following from that one post. Again, it's not exponential because it took a lot of time for you to build up that specific email list. Another one is Chamber of Commerce, or if you have relationships with groups within LinkedIn, within the cities that you're in. If you have connections to newspapers, if you can go on the podcast. Again, you might see these little blimps, but it's blimps towards the top. There was on Monday, I talked about this, and I stand by it. You have to think about using social media and goals towards that like a stock trader who buys index funds. It's kind of boring, but if you can get 6 to 7% return on your investments, that's a fantastic bet. Now, some people get lucky and pick the Microsofts or Apples of the world, and they exponentially grow. But there are far more people who've made it successfully doing the index fund approach than it is picking the stock market, right? So do the same thing here on LinkedIn. Don't worry about just being, that one tactic, because the one tactic is going to only be effective in the whole concoction of the ones. That's the truth. Like, I wish I could make it more clear and concise, but there's no silver bullet. There's a ton of things that you have to do if you want to be successful. That you have to engage with your audience. You have to put out great content. You have to be outbound, finding more people. You have to be having conversations. These are just the things that you have to do if you want to steadily grow. A great case study is what happened to me on TikTok yesterday. I posted, I've been posting every single day, 3 times a day since April. I want to say April, around there. And yesterday I was averaging 15, 20 followers. I think yesterday I got like 30 followers. For me, that's huge because I had 410 and now I have 440 or something like that. So that's exponential. That percentage-wise, that's a massive increase. But that didn't happen because of one post. There's 3 specific posts I've done over the last week that started getting some traction. And even at that, there were so many, I could only post those 3 and have them work because I've experimented in the past and I've tried different things and I found, my audience cares about this specific message. I should invest in that. So again, it didn't happen overnight. There's so much that had to lead up to me getting those 30 followers that for an outsider, it would see, that's just how they did it. So that's actually where we're going to end it today. Very simple live. I don't see we have too many comments in there in the chat, but I appreciate you guys for listening. Again, focus on the steady growth rather than the exponential. Pick the index funds rather than the specific stocks, right? That's the example we're going to go with. Otherwise, have a beautiful day. Enjoy the first, and we will see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.